The Interplanetary Podcast. The exploration of space for the benefit of all mankind. Your hosts here in London, Matthew Russell and Jamie Franklin.
Matt, it's podcast number 13. That can mean only one catchphrase.
The Interplanetary Podcast.
Putting the ace
Back into space.
All right, people, what's going on?
Well, I can't hear them. Do you know what, Jamie?
Go on.
I've recently discovered that Buzz Aldrin was going a bit kind of egotistical.
Go on.
Because he came up to me and he said, I was the second man on the moon. Kneel before me.
Oh. Now, I'd like people to tweet in and say whether you think Matt should carry on doing this podcast or not, or whether it should just be me, based on that joke. Let's move on. Matt, apparently someone sent a pie into space. I'd like you to tell me more about it.
So I got an email from a listener called Rob Blackham.
Big up yourself, Rob.
The BBC called this the pie at night.
Nice.
Yes, someone sent us a pie into space.
My first question is why?
Well, the aim is to see if its journey, up to 30 kilometres high, will change the molecular structure of the pie, making it quicker to eat.
Interesting. You know, sometimes people do these things to try and solve problems that weren't really problems in the first place. This might be one of them. But you know what? Fair play. I still love it.
Basically, an elaborate advert for the World Pie Eating Championships that are being held at Harry's Bar in Walgate in Wigan.
Nice.
On the 20th of December.
Get yourself down there.
I think that if we turn up, we might get a free pie.
I think we should. I think we should now. Yeah, please. Chicken and leek for me, please.
So I'm assuming it's how quick you can eat these pies.
Yeah, that is true.
Bill Kenyon of Ultimate Purveyors from St Helens was commissioned to make the pie, and he said, this is the first steps to enable mankind to consume pies with more elegance and comfort.
Oh, yes. I like it.
Neither the sky nor the pie should be the limit.
Oh, good. Way too many puns at this early.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. And then he goes on and says the pie will be tested to the extreme. Its structural integrity will be tested against the potential rigours of being served by a grumpy pie lady from Wigan or being transported from delivery in a pie van.
That's very stereotypical.
That hits a pothole in Hindley.
Well, hang on a minute. Let's just talk science for a second. When this thing re-enters the Earth's atmosphere, surely it's just going to disintegrate into absolutely nothing.
See, this brings me on to my next point about, did it actually go into space?
Okay.
And, so
therefore, we need to define where does space begin, Matthew?
Well, okay, so space is often defined by a thing called the Kármán line. Now, the Kármán line has an altitude of 100 kilometres. So that's, how many miles is that, Jamie? You're good at converting.
62, isn't it? 62? No, 65? 62?
62.
Oh,
62,
yes.
There we go. Or 330,000 feet. So that's above sea level. And this is defined by the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale.
Lovely.
The FAI, which is considered the standard international body for aeronautics and astronautics. Yeah. And NASA use that figure as well, so they're happy with this 100-kilometre. So really, the pie only made it into the stratosphere, not even the mesosphere where meteors burn up. So I don't think it will burn up on re-entry, but I think it will probably freeze in the stratosphere because it's very cold up there.
Yeah. I mean, good work, chaps, but must try harder.
Now, just as an interesting side to that, there were 3 NASA X-15 pilots that in 2005 were awarded their astronaut wings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because they'd flown over this Kármán line.
Oh, that's lovely.
2 of them, unfortunately, was posthumously, but one of them managed to get his astronaut wings while still alive.
Well, that is a lovely thing.
It is. Now, other people define it slightly differently. So, an international law discussion defines the lower boundary of space as the lowest perigee attainable by an orbiting space vehicle.
Okay.
And so if you allow for atmospheric drag, the lowest altitude at which an object in a circular orbit complete at least one full revolution is approximately 90 miles.
Right.
So 150 kilometres high. So that again, that's way higher than the meat pie.
Yeah.
But then saying that, the meat pie did go almost 3 times higher than the Stargazer that was carrying Pegasus XL to its launch the other day, which was a really exciting
really?
launch. Yeah. We talked about it on the last podcast, and it happened. I watched it twice because the first attempt was aborted, and then they did it again, and it was completely successful. So
get some figures out.
Yeah, here we go. So the Stargazer flies to approximately 39,000 feet.
Right.
So that's compared to the 100,000 feet that the meat pie attained.
Well, the stakes are high. I had to do one. I had to do one.
Yeah, so Cygnus actually then flew off on the Pegasus XL.
Yeah.
Do you know what was written on the fairings of the Pegasus
Go
XL?
on.
It had a name. Orbital ATK decided to name it after me. It was called Matthew.
No way.
You would have thought they'd have asked me if it was okay.
Well, we'll let them off for now.
I don't mind because, it's a fitting tribute, I think.
Yeah, I like that.
So it launched 8 satellites, this thing, a sort of constellation of pairs of satellites that will look at things like the Hurricane Matthew.
Ah, yes.
Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Surrey Satellites, here in the UK,
Lovely
just
job.
down the road from where I live, helped make these things.
Good work, chaps. And chapesses.
They go a lot higher than the meat pie, however. I think they're something like 350 kilometres
Yeah, you'd be worried if they didn't.
They're whizzing around now, and that was a perfectly successful launch. So, in conclusion, I don't think the meat pie did actually go into space.
Ah, well, good effort, lads and lasses. And, get yourself down to the... festival.
Yeah, well, it was a good video as well. And there's nothing better than those balloon videos where things go up and you get a little Lego model waving and you can see the curve of the Earth.
Ah, what have you?
It's pretty good.
What have you?
I want to do a quick shout out to one of our listeners.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very overdue, this one. It's a shout out to Lee Beat,
Aww.
who lives in my hometown in Birmingham, and he wrote in to say what a fan he was, and all his family listen to the podcast each week.
Really?
And so this is a shout. Yeah, he sits there with his family, and they all sit round. So right now they're listening to this going, at last Matt got round to mentioning
Blimey,
it.
guys,
So
there really can't be much to do in Birmingham, but thank you anyway. Merry Christmas.
Whoa!
Just kidding, of course.
There's loads to do in Birmingham. There's the canals. There's more canals than Venice, Jamie.
Really?
Yes. Oh, yes. And not only that, you could say that Birmingham was the start of the modern world. It invented the Industrial Revolution, Jamie. It's the most important city in the world today.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
It's a very international podcast, this,
Really
Jamie.
is.
We have lots of international listeners. So if you ever want a brilliant holiday, watch the Terry Savalas YouTube clip about Birmingham and how ace it is, and come visit.
Come visit Birmingham. Good curries too.
Excellent. Oh yeah, if you want a good curry. That is actually true.
It is true, definitely true.
Do you know what? We didn't do much last week. Well, in fact, the last couple of weeks, we haven't talked about Elon Musk and SpaceX.
Oh, it's been a while. It has been a while.
Well, particularly considering a lot of people use the podcast down the pub as a drinking game.
Yes.
And they have SpaceX and Elon Musk bingo.
Well, it's that time of year. We want you to get a few drinks inside you. So let's start off by talking about how... Well, Mr. Trump has just given him an appointment, am I right?
He has, yes. So Elon Musk is now on some economic advisory board, which I think is a good thing, isn't it?
It can't be a bad thing.
Well, particularly considering he's very much on the global warming non-denial side.
Absolutely.
Which is good.
It gives me confidence that at least somebody in his cabinet is thinking from the right plate. Yeah.
So that's good. What isn't good, however, is that the SpaceX first crew launch has definitely been moved back now until the earliest of May 2018.
Oh, no way. Well, how come?
Well, I think really a lot of it is to do with the September the 1st anomaly. That's actually put SpaceX behind in their schedule, really badly behind in their schedules. And it turns out, SpaceX won't fly again this year. So September the 1st was the last time that we even had a Falcon on the launch pad. So, so it's been a terrible end to the year for SpaceX.
I really hope that 2017 is SpaceX's year because, I mean, they can't really afford to have too many setbacks, can they?
Oh, no, I think 2017 is now a critical year for SpaceX. I mean, if we're looking at the crew capsules that they're supposed to be making for NASA to take astronauts up to the International Space Station, this is now super critical because the US Space Agency pays Roscosmos $82 million per seat to get up to the International Space Station. And it looks like, really, that they may have missed the deadline to order any more of these seats. So Bill Gerstenmaier of the Human Spaceflight, who's the Human Spaceflight chief, says it's possible that they've missed the deadline to order anything for 2019.
Blimey.
So basically, Boeing and SpaceX need to get their act in gear and actually need to start getting astronauts into their crew capsules in 2018 so that they can be certified to do these crew rotation missions.
Yeah, that's important. I mean, they're cheap seats. I think I'll take 2.
Yeah, well, if they wanted to book 2019, they have to do it because it takes Roscosmos a couple of years to build enough Soyuz capsules. So it's kind of too late for 2019. And if they did, they'd have to stump up $500 million to do it.
Yeah, that's not an easy feat.
No, it really isn't. So, so both Boeing and SpaceX are dragging their feet with their manned capsules, and it really is now a worry for NASA and America getting people up. And isn't it unbelievable that since the space shuttle was retired, America has not been able to put men into orbit, let alone to the moon. So, it's crazy. So with Elon Musk and all his crazy plans to get to Mars, so far, he's not really doing that well getting people up to the space station, so he needs to pull his finger out.
Yeah, you've got to... You don't want to run before you can walk, old Musk boy.
No, exactly.
Sorry to say it. I'll tell you what another problem is for NASA and America, and actually the globe, Matthew, is that we haven't yet read out an email from our avid listener in Holland, Mr. Michael Devlin.
No, we haven't.
I know that everyone's worried about it.
So basically, Dev emailed in to point out that Brian May...
That's right.
...and his asteroid day...
Yeah.
...has now been officially recognised by the UN.
Got it.
May Day is now in June.
Glory.
Although it's called Asteroid Day, of course. Not May Day. Because it wasn't just him.
Yeah.
He must be quite chuffed, mustn't he?
Ah.
I've got a second Queen reference. Not only is Brian May in the news, but we've got Galileo. Figaro. So here we go. Galileo. I'm amazed this isn't in the news a little bit more.
Yeah.
But so Galileo is the European GPS system. So at the moment, all GPS devices rely on the American military system.
Right.
The Europeans have switched on this week their GPS system called Galileo.
Yeah.
And this is after 17 years of development that's been plagued by delays and budget increases. I mean, this thing was supposed to have cost €3 billion, and it seems to have cost about €10 billion now. So it's
ouch.
Oops.
Yes.
We did actually a couple of weeks ago cover the launch on the 17th of November of an Ariane 5 that was carrying the last 4 of these satellites that went up that are still in their commissioning phase. So the constellation with 24 satellites with 6 spares in orbit. So it's supposed to be 30 in total, but I think there'll only be 29 because one of them's not working properly already. Which is obviously why you need these spares.
This is it.
Yeah. So and you get like a real-time positioning down to a meter or less. So it's much more accurate than the GPS system allows us at the moment. But that might be a sort of a military thing that they only allow us to have a certain amount of accuracy on it. But normally they went up on Soyuz from the Europeanized Soyuz that go from Kourou in French Guiana.
Yeah.
But and they used to go up in pairs, but they've managed to put 4 up on Ariane 5, and they redesigned Ariane 5 so that they could use both Ariane and Soyuz just in case there was any kind of issues with this. If the Soyuz got grounded, we still need to be able to launch up these constellation satellites. We talked about that last time.
Absolutely.
These satellites as well were partially built and in Surrey satellites as well. So yet another triumph for them.
Surrey satellites are absolutely killing it.
They are definitely one. They are a very important part of the space industry worldwide. Yes, it's very
Hats
very cool.
off.
Hats off to them. One thing that I really really liked was that the European Commission did a competition.
Oh yeah,
A drawing competition, and each member of the European Union entered. The UK, the winner was called Patrick Galvin. And
good work, Patrick.
And he drew a picture of the satellite, and each of the satellites is named after the child that won the competition in their particular country. And it's the UK satellite is the last one to launch, number 29, and that launches in 2019. So Patrick will be about 17 or 18 by the time it launches.
Yeah.
And the satellite itself will be called Patrick. How cool is that?
That's awesome. We need to get that picture up on the blog, Matt.
Absolutely. It's going up.
Excellent.
It's going up. A proud Patrick Galvin with his picture in his hands.
I'm jealous. Good work, Pat.
So, in a true sense, by the time that last one goes up, we'll have a galvanised European GPS system.
Good.
Thanks.
Good.
Hey. Do you know what we have? We've rattled through some of this stuff. How long are we on?
I'll tell you what, we really have. So, I know it sounds like we're on the sherry, but we're not. It's actually like 10 in the morning.
One thing, I'm just going back to SpaceX.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of criticism about having the crew on board while they're refuelling. Now, after watching Dragon blow up during fueling, it's a bit scary, isn't it?
That is scary.
But before that explosion, one of the safety officers, a guy called Stafford, wrote into Gerstenmaier to say there is a unanimous and strong feeling by the committee that scheduling the crew to be on board the Dragon spacecraft prior to loading oxidizer into the rocket is contrary to booster safety criteria that has been in place for 50 years, both in country and internationally. He's basically saying, and that was before the September the 1st explosion. SpaceX then countered and said, look, the pusher escape system would be armed and ready to propel the capsule away from the rocket in the event of a major problem during fueling.
Right.
And that, in fact, NASA had accepted that as a perfectly acceptable safety measure, and so it passed the NASA's Safety Technical Review Board.
Yeah.
As Doug Messier wrote in his article on Parabolic Arc, that NASA are taking 2 years to complete their investigation into the previous SpaceX Falcon explosion.
Okay.
Which SpaceX just put down to some faulty struts. But what happens if it turns out that NASA dig out that Falcon 9 actually has a genuine design fault? That basically the oxidizer getting into the composite fuel tanks and blowing the rocket up. If this is an inherent design fault in Falcon 9, that could spell the end for SpaceX.
Yeah, they need to. It doesn't really fill you full of confidence, does it?
No. So I think you're right. 2017 is a massive year for SpaceX.
Big year. You can do it, guys.
And I hope that they achieve it. So in November 2017, we have to see demonstration mission 1. Which will be an unpiloted test of the SpaceX Crew Dragon.
I like it.
Yeah, so that has to happen. And if it doesn't happen, NASA are in trouble because they won't be able to get astronauts up to the International Space Station. So hopefully Boeing will be on target. But then it's quite stressful only having one way of getting up. So hopefully...
There's more than one ways of getting up, Matt.
Well, at the moment there isn't. There's only Soyuz. So, yeah, there we go.
Matt, haven't we missed something out?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
You nearly did it again.
So, Jamie, did you know it's Arthur C Clarke's birthday?
When?
Today.
Ah.
I know, so he would have been 99.
What an absolute legend. Happy birthday, wherever you are.
Yeah, so what's brilliant about this, Jamie, is that next week, as a tribute to Arthur C Clarke and his 99th birthday, we shall be recording the Interplanetary podcast from Arthur C Clarke House.
Oh, are we really?
We are actually going to be doing that. So next week, listeners, it's going to be from Arthur C Clarke House, and we've got 2 really interesting interviews, which we shall reveal next week.
What an absolutely exciting podcast. And tell you what, the next 2, so we're going to have a recap before Christmas of the year, and then next week, we're recording from the British Interplanetary Society. Wow.
Yep. It's going to be awesome. So thanks very much for joining us, listeners.
Thanks, guys. Please, as always, keep your tweets and your emails coming in. We love reading them. So we'll see you next week.
Yeah, absolutely. See you next week. Bye.